Terrifying fungi ravage the land. The future world turns into a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Joel, in order to obtain a vehicle battery, takes on the mission of escorting a young girl to the wilderness outside the quarantine zone. Little did he know, shortly after setting out, Joel discovers that the girl, Ellie, is infected. The man suppresses his worries and decides to take her away from the quarantine zone. They reach a safe house in the wilderness before revealing the truth. What happened to the wound on your body? Ellie rolls up her sleeve, indicating that, although she was bitten, the wound didn't infect her. Initially, Marlene, the leader of the Fireflies, had the same concerns and kept her isolated for nearly 3 weeks, testing her health every day. She was only released after the recent wounds healed. Joel, having experienced too much over the years, believes that Ellie will eventually mutate and suggests abandoning the mission to take her back to the quarantine zone. While he chews on the unappetizing jerky, Ellie pulls out a delicious sandwich from her backpack. It was specially prepared for him by Marlene. Tess, intrigued, inquires why Marlene values him so much. Upon seeing it, Tess asks why Marlene values you so much. A sandwich in the quarantine zone is a luxury. After some hesitation, Ellie reveals the purpose of the journey. Marlene, after many days of testing, confirmed that Ellie is immune to infection. The Firefly branch in the West have an expert developing a cure. So Marlene entrusted Joel with taking Ellie there. The little girl may be the key to finding a vaccine. Surprisingly, Ellie is crucial to the Fireflies. With Ellie's importance to the Fireflies, the rewards for this escort mission are sure to be lucrative. The three finally reach a consensus and continue their journey to the Firefly Distribution Center. This is Ellie's first time seeing the wilderness since her birth. Although the tall buildings are already in ruins, they can't hide the former glory. Joel is unfazed by this sight, evidently not his first time in the wilderness. When they arrive the city, he says the Firefly distribution is across the street. Directly crossing would be faster, but there are many infected inside. So for safety, they choose to detour. Ellie, excited and curious, asks why they haven't encountered any infected so far. Tess realizes Ellie has never been to the wilderness and asks how she got bitten. Ellie hesitates, then reveals she was bitten in a closed mall in the quarantine zone. Tess recognizes the place as a forbidden area declared by the Control Bureau, then glances at Joel as if to say that Ellie isn't an obedient child. Suddenly, the three simultaneously stop as faint howls come from the distance. Tess anxiously looks around and hurries everyone to walk faster. The group soon reaches an abandoned building. They must pass through to reach the opposite block. Luckily, the water isn't too deep. Ellie looks around excitedly, and a human skeleton suddenly emerges from the water. Joel quickly approaches to ensure there's no danger, before allowing everyone to continue on their way. Later, the three arrive at a closed corridor. Tess leads the way through the narrow space between the rubble. The space between the broken rocks is spacious, and they easily pass through the obstacles. Finally, they reach the rooftop. However, their faces quickly turn serious. On the street directly ahead, there are numerous brutal and bloodthirsty infected. Due to the presence of the fungus in their bodies, they can easily sense any movement within a few hundred meters of the land. It's almost impossible to sneak around quietly. They can only change direction. They choose the relatively safe church district. The walls here are covered with withered fungi. There is likely to be infected inside. But there is no other way. No one dares to be careless. They all take out their weapons. The church door is open. Joel takes the lead. He walks in cautiously. As the light sweeps over, it's all withered, infected, and fungi. Suddenly, a human corpse appears in front of them. Joel speculates that the person probably encountered infected outside, so he ran in here for refuge. But Ellie feels something is not right. How did this man die? Joel's face changes suddenly. He quickly warns Ellie to be quiet. Don't make any sound. Even when going upstairs, they become exceptionally cautious. Joel is now sure that there must be infected with fungi in the church. As they go up the floors, withered fungi and corpses become more numerous. It makes them feel like they're in a cemetery. Ellie accidentally steps on a withered arm, making a crisp sound. The sound makes everyone sweat cold. They look around, fortunately not attracting infected. But before they can relax, the wall by the door suddenly collapses, blocking the way with falling debris. Everyone holds their breath and dares not make a sound. Suddenly, a skeletal figure walks in. Joel turns pale. Everyone hides behind the cabinets. These infected are very sensitive to sound. Don't make any noise. The entire hall echoes with the strange roar of the infected. Ellie experiences this scene for the first time. She can't help but breathe heavily. Joel quickly raises his gun and shoots, but another infected rushes out in the darkness. The three quickly separate in the chaos. All of them hide on their own. Joel worries about Ellie's safety. After avoiding the infected, he finally sees her. Just as the two are about to leave, Joel accidentally steps on glass shards on the ground. The infected immediately pounce. Joel quickly shoots and protects himself, but soon another infected appears. Tess, hiding on the side, acts in time. She uses an axe to damage its hearing. Joel admires and shoots. Finally, all the infected are eliminated. Unluckily, Ellie is bitten again, but she acts as if nothing happened. Apparently, she is very confident in her immunity. As for Tess, she accidentally sprained her foot just now. Although it's a trivial injury, for some reason, her face becomes extremely gloomy. She catches up with Joel and Ellie, who are admiring the scenery, and urges them to move faster. After crossing the church area, they just need to pass through the street to reach their destination. Ellie is curious. How did this deep pit come about? Tess stops and tells her it was caused by the initial outbreak of the fungus. The scene shifts to a city in the summer of 2003. A top fungus professor is having breakfast. Several soldiers suddenly arrive at the restaurant. They take him to a secret laboratory. The officer in charge doesn't waste time and directly asks the professor to look at samples under the microscope or quickly identify this as a cordyceps fungus. When the officer says it was extracted from inside a human, the female professor's expression immediately becomes extremely serious because cordyceps fungus cannot survive inside a human. The officer doesn't explain and immediately takes him to an isolation room. There lies a long dead body. The professor observes for a while and soon sees bite marks on the body's ankle. After cutting it open with a knife, he finds fungi growing inside. Then, he uses tweezers to explore the mouth and unexpectedly pulls out a few strands of still moving gland fungi. The female professor is scared and quickly flees the laboratory. The officer quickly hands her a cup of water to calm her down. The body was found a few days ago in a flour mill. According to witnesses, at that time, a worker suddenly went mad and bit several colleagues to death. The female professor's hands suddenly tremble. Obviously, this fungus has already spread because it has never been found in the human body before. So there is no cure or vaccine to stop it. The only way is to completely destroy this city. Ellie looks at the missile crater in front of her, speechless for a long time. Born in the quarantine zone, she can't imagine the suffering and hardships that humans faced during the early stages of the fungus outbreak. The journey after that goes relatively smoothly. Joel and his group finally arrive at the Firefly branch. They dare not enter recklessly, but first check the truck parked at the entrance for bloodstains on the seats. The ominous feeling rises in Joel. Then, he finds a human body under the wheels. Tess's face suddenly changes. She quickly grabs Ellie and rushes into the hall. There are corpses lying on the ground. Unexpectedly, all the resistance members in the Firefly branch are dead. Joel finds an infected among them. Perhaps this is the reason for their annihilation, but Tess appears unusually angry. She is unwilling to let the mission fail like this. Ellie suddenly says Tess has been infected. Sure enough, she was bitten by an infected in the church just now. The fungus inside her has started to spread. Contrary to this, Ellie's bite wound has almost healed. It indicates that there are antibodies in her body. Tess becomes excited. She instructs Joel to take Ellie to Bill and Frank. This might be the only hope for developing a vaccine. Just then, one infected on the ground suddenly moves. Joel immediately steps forward and shoots to finish it off, but the fungi inside the body are still wriggling slowly. Infected nearby seem to sense something and stand up, roaring loudly. Joel senses trouble and immediately runs out to check. He finds a large number of infected rushing towards them. Tess's eyes are determined. She forcefully knocks over the gasoline can in the hall and scatters weapons and ammunition all over the floor. She asks Joel to take Ellie and leave first, while she stays behind to hold them off. Although Joel is reluctant, he pulls the little girl towards the back door, listening to the approaching roars. Tess quickly takes out a lighter. Unfortunately, the infected have already rushed in, but the lighter doesn't ignite. Because she's infected, she hasn't been attacked for now. This gives her time to keep trying. Finally, she manages to ignite it at the last moment. Joel and Ellie outside the building watch the raging fire. Their eyes are filled with sorrow and reluctance. They have lost a companion like this. Perhaps this is the cruelty in the post-apocalyptic world. This concludes the content of The Last of Us Part 2. Familiar gamers might have guessed. With Tess's departure, Joel and Ellie will soon welcome an important companion. That's the strong and fearless Bill. From the performance in the first two parts, whether it's creating atmosphere or restoring details, it's done quite well. Well, let's end it here today. See you in the next episode. Thank you for watching Happy Movie. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy it.